Welcome to Financial Clinic, your ultimate guide to achieving financial success. Proudly sponsored by NCBA Bank. Join Sally Limo as she expertly shares invaluable tips and insights designed to empower you in reaching both your personal, business, and financial goals with NCBA Bank. Your journey to a brighter financial future starts here.
NCBA. Go for it.
My name is Samuel Odhiambo. I'm the Managing Director for Bancassurance Intermediary at NCBA. Bancassurance, simply put, is an arrangement between an insurance company and a bank to distribute insurance products using the infrastructure of the bank. So we're talking about branches, all the channels that the bank uses to engage its customers. Insurance is more important than people know today. After 17 years in the insurance industry, I've come to appreciate that insurance is more than a product. It is really a safety net that cushions customers, families from unforeseen, unexpected emergencies that impact their financial situation. All these unexpected circumstances lead to financial struggles. In the absence of a risk transfer mechanism, which is what insurance is, then you find that families are left to spend out of pocket. Businesses are also left to spend out of pocket, and sometimes they collapse irrecoverably from those unexpected expenditures. Insurance plays a very pivotal role in terms of moving the risk from your space to the insurance company for a fraction of the original cost. Looking forward to seeing you and to having this conversation. Thank you.
Tuendele. NCBA. Go for it.
A very good morning from wherever you're joining us this beautiful Wednesday morning. And it is Financial Clinic as always, and a very interesting conversation that we'll be delving into in a few minutes. It is all about insurance. You know, insurance is a safety net and also as an economic enabler. And I'm joined by an amazing guest, a happy client, and also the MD of Bancassurance from NCBA, who will be taking us through this conversation. But remember to join us on our socials. 20316 is our SMS line, just to be part of this conversation, and also 0786 316 316 is our WhatsApp line. Send in your questions, give us your feedback, comments, and even compliments are allowed here. Karibuni sana, lady and gentlemen. Wanjiru, I think I'll start with you, introducing yourself, and then we'll get to some.
All right. My name is Odhiambo. I'm a communications, marketing, and media consultant. My background is in PR. That's public relations and events. I'm actually a certified events planner. Also an FA. I know you didn't know that. A financial advisor, certified as well. And I pride myself as a fundraising and resource mobilizer for special projects.
Fantastic.
I'm a mother and a Christian. I love God, and I serve as a servant.
Oh, wow. Wow, fantastic. Karibu sana. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Sam?
Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you, Wanjiru. Good morning, viewers. My name is Samuel Odhiambo. I'm the Managing Director for the Bancassurance business at NCBA. And thanks for having me, Sally. It's quite a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Probably just to start us off, we talk about insurance as a safety net, you know, and as an economic enabler. You can just take our viewers through what does it mean when we say insurance is, you know, a safety net?
Great. It's a good place to start. So maybe to step back a little is first to start by appreciating that life is full of risks. This is a morning show. On our way here, we used a vehicle. One of us could have been late if we had an accident.
Right.
So we are always living with probabilities of risks. And as life is, no one is exempt from those risks. All of us are subject to potential probabilities of risk materializing. Now, because life is so diverse, you never know when a risk will materialize, whether it is an accident or an illness, etc.
Right.
And so what insurance simply is protection. Is protection against potential or certain probabilities of risks materializing.
Okay.
Now, when you start thinking about insurance as a safety net, then what we're trying to say there is it's not just a product. It is a cushion.
Okay.
Because these risks are, we are all exposed to these risks, and they can happen to pretty much any one of us.
Right.
Then it's prudent for us to take some form of protection that in case it happens, then we are covered.
Okay.
And so when we talk about it as a safety net, we are saying that it's something that cushions you from what would be a hard fall. Because when a risk materializes, for example, maybe if you get ill and you get a huge bill for maybe a cancer diagnosis or whatever, you would have to go into your savings. When they run out, you'll have to do a rambes and all that.
Right.
And therefore, you can quickly get into a deplorable state of financial oblivion in the event you didn't have protection in form of a health insurance.
Okay.
So in that sense, we say that insurance, therefore, is a safety net that everybody needs to take advantage of. And it really does cut across beyond the family setup, because this is family matters. Beyond the family setup, when you go even into business, and Kenyans are very hardworking people.
Yeah,
so we save money, and hustle has become a buzzword in this country.
Yeah.
Everybody pretty much has a hustle out there. So you work hard, you're looking towards financial freedom, as Wanjiru here will tell us as an advisor.
Right.
So as you work towards that, you put your money aside, you save, and now you want to do business. Can you imagine the minute you put your money into business, you rent a shop, and then your stuff get burnt? What do you do? If there's a fire in that place, you go back to square one in case you didn't have any protection.
Right.
So it actually does protect both families and businesses, and in that sense, then we say it is a very good safety net that people need to take advantage of.
Fantastic. Wow, wow. Protection. That is what I've had, mostly protection, and it's also a cushion. Wanjiru, for you, you know, you're a customer at NCBA.
Yes.
Why NCBA?
Good question. It's a big bank. And then probably I just love the colors. But here's the thing. So I got this new car about 3 years ago. And I met this lady at a Biashara Club, networking club. And so I reminded myself that I don't have to go through the bustle and hassles of doing the renewals myself, because Nancy was available. And so Nancy came up with a package for me, and she told me, here you go. You have this option, this option. I said, just give me 2. And so she gave me 2 options.
Right.
And I asked her, okay, fine, because right now I don't have this amount of money. Where, you know, when they did valuation for bike, I was like, okay, this is it. And you know, when we buy a new car, it comes with 1 month insurance, isn't it? So you have like a 30-day window to now find yourself a permanent situation. And so she was able to come up with those, and now I was like, okay, sasa hii pesa yote, because I cannot go and rob a bank. What do we do? She told me, so you just do an IPF. I said, you can do an IPF for my car? She said, yeah, because I've done it for medicals.
Sorry, IPF for the people, for the,
it's an insurance premium financing.
Okay.
Sorry, insurance premium financing.
Right.
Simply put, the bank pays the full amount for you from the insurer, and then now they get money from you every month. Like you have a plan, you receive a plan.
Okay.
It's like getting a loan to pay for insurance service from a bank that you don't even know, perhaps, sometimes, or just by the fact that you have your credit record right, and so that's one of the things that you must ensure you are. And so then the headache is removed from you.
Right, right.
So you give them PD checks. A PD check is a post-dated check. So you say your plan probably is for 10 months or for 6 months, and you give them checks equivalent to that amount.
Okay.
And so that's what happened to me. I was like, Fuchs. So that burden gone.
Okay.
And that's how now NCBA came in and became a friend. And then later on, my medical insurance cover also lapsed. went back to Nancy. Oh, and she was like, okay, Angelo, just relax. So she gave me, again, 3 options of covers. I think that was Jubilee, AP, and so on and so forth. And so I picked one. And the good thing about banks, they work with all of them. They work with all these insurance providers.
Okay.
So it's up to you what you're used to or what you want to try out.
Okay.
Like in my case, I had not taken an insurance cover for my car from ICA Lion. So it was my first time. I looked at the policy and document, and I was like, oh my goodness, it even has a courtesy car. As in, I was like, I'm not going to settle for anything less. Like in case my car has to be away from me, I'll get a courtesy vehicle for like a month. So I was like comfortable with that, very comfortable with that. And many other things.
Yes. And we're going to come to those other things, the other benefits, because really the courtesy car and all that, like Sam was saying, you're here, your car's broken down, you're in an accident, then what? So and then some getting back into the insurance sector or space. What are some of the solutions that as NCBA you give to your customers when it comes to insurance?
Thanks, Sally. So first of all, let me say that NCBA Bancassurance is basically an insurance intermediary.
Okay.
And in that work of intermediation, it means that we sell on behalf of insurance companies. So as an intermediary, we are not really the risk carrier, but we are selling on behalf of insurance companies. And as Wanjiru has said, we pretty much deal with a very wide panel of insurers. Today we have up to 15 insurance companies in our panel, which we carefully select because looking at our customer, we want to make sure that we are only taking you to reputable insurance companies that can pay your claims, that are customer-centric and aligned to our goals. And so we deal with 15 insurance companies, and within that, there's a very wide spectrum of insurance solutions that we cover. There is no insurance product in this country that you cannot find at NCBA Bancassurance. But to simplify it, there are 3 categories. So we have life insurance, we have medical insurance, and let me call the third bucket asset insurance. So in life insurance, there's also a number of products that are available. Today, our flagship product in life insurance is an education policy. And we developed this product because we spoke to our customers to understand their needs. And we found out that there is a huge need around education. Today, statistics are showing us that a huge number of emergency loans, up to 40% of emergency loans, are being taken to pay school fees and medical expenses. And 40% is a big number by any standard. And therefore, we came up with an education policy. Unlike traditional intermediaries that would just go to an insurance company and pick a product from the shelf and distribute it to customers, what we did was the other way around. I am tempted to say we did it bottom up. It might have many meanings in today's world, but we pretty much went to the bottom and built that product up with our customers. It is a product that really resonates with our customers. It's custom built for our customers. In fact, we've partnered with Sanlam Insurance to distribute that education policy. And it's basically a plan that helps you in a disciplined way to save towards education, tuition fees for your children. I always tell parents that the minute you get a child today, 18 years from today, they'll be in campus. It's a fact. So you either save towards it, or you wait for the 18th year and do a harambe.
Surprises.
So it's either of the two. And we think that it was very important for us to just help our customers walk that journey. And it doesn't have to be 18 years because that product is very flexible. We have customized plans depending on your need. It can be 5 years, can be 10 years, can be 7 years, etc. So it's a very good plan. We launched it in October of last year. So it's actually trending on our socials to date. And I think it's doing fairly well.
What's the name?
It's called Go Educator.
Wow.
Yeah, Go Educator.
That's good.
We know we are the bank that says go for it.
Go for it, yeah.
So
yeah.
Go Educator resonates with our slogan.
Yeah.
And it's picking up very well.
Okay.
Because education is a big need in this country.
Oh, indeed.
And we say that depending on how you plan for education, your children will either go to a group of schools or will go to a school in a group.
Oh, yes.
So you need to save, you need to plan on a lighter note.
Okay.
But look at it. Today, SMEs and business owners maybe make up a much bigger percentage of employers in this country today. Up to 80% of the employed people actually are coming from SMEs, not the big corporates. And SMEs also driving a huge percentage of our economy.
True.
Now, we have very interesting solutions for SMEs and business owners because we also know that these people are at risk. You can be running a logistics company, you have trailers moving from point A to B, and therefore, apart from getting a motor insurance for your commercial unit, we also have goods in transit cover, which means you get to cover whatever it is you're transporting from point A to B, and that is within our asset range of covers. So we'd either cover the vehicle, we can cover the houses, whether it's your home, whether it's a commercial building that you're operating from. When it comes to the business world, there's quite a number of risks that we cover. So there's fire, we cover the risk of theft, we cover a risk that has an interesting name called fidelity cover. It's not for marriage, it's for the one for the business. And fidelity cover is basically covering the risk of your own employees doing something that will make you suffer some loss, either stealing from you, etc. So that's within the asset cover. Of course, then we have health insurance. Health is a big need today. It's need driven. And incidentally, health insurance is the biggest contributor of premiums in this country today.
Okay.
Because you don't get to choose. One way or the other, you will find yourself sick, you need to go to a hospital, and you need to do something about it. So we have also a robust list of products that we offer within the health insurance, whether that is for an individual, a family, a company, or even a small SME.
Okay.
So we're talking about health insurance, asset insurance, and life insurance.
Life insurance.
Yes.
Okay. And already I can see someone, you know, on our social, someone saying, now I'm eager to learn about medical insurance solution. That's another burden. So probably it's something you may just want to expand on a bit after Wanjiro tells us, apart from the courtesy car that you get from, you know, the insurance that you got from NCBA, through NCBA, what are some of the other benefits? Probably someone out there is looking out and they're like, should I or should I not?
First and foremost, it's a comprehensive cover, meaning you're covered like in totality. And so, you know, in any insurance cover, motor vehicle cover, the driver is not covered.
Yeah.
The passengers are not covered, but your vehicle is covered. So in case you're hit, or in case something happens, a natural incident, for instance, there's a time something happened to my windscreen.
Okay.
So it got a crack. And so I was like, okay, now what am I supposed to do? What, are we supposed to fix this crack? Then I went back to my policy and I discovered I've actually covered up to 80,000.
Wow.
And so that gave me comfort because apparently all I needed to do was to go to the police station, get a police abstract, and then they sent me to 2 people to go and check if they have downtown industrial area. And I did that and I got my windscreen covered. And I was like pleased to know that. The other thing is obviously when the car is a wreckage write-off, yani ni kama unapatia tu gari mpya. Yeah, because it's covered in totality, in its totality.
Okay.
So, and also comprehensive means also you don't have to worry in case you hit somebody else's car. That is also covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And also, from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of peace of mind from the time you met Nancy.
Yeah.
And your journey. It just sounds so peaceful.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I don't have to struggle. Let me tell you something about insurance.
Yeah.
You see, people think that you have to walk to all these offices.
Yeah.
You don't have to waste your time or money or anything. You just have to have a good FA, a good advisor, a good agent, you know, insurance agent. And so you get all your service under one umbrella, within one person. Like he has said, there's all these things that you want. But then who is the best in the market? An agent is able to give you that peace of mind to know that you can pay slowly and you can get the very best. You can pay in installments and you can get the very best. And they will send you even a renewal notice. Like you don't have to.
A reminder.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a renewal notice is sent a month to the deadline. What is it called?
The renewal date.
Yeah, the renewal date. And so you don't have to even think about when it's supposed to be renewed. Can you imagine? It's like automated.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like your small bank or it's like your small guy here just doing this. And that's the beauty about having a financial advisor or not even a financial advisor, an agent, an insurance agent. I am an FA, so yeah. So even when it came to deciding where, even the location matters.
Okay.
Because but nowadays the digital certificate is also available.
Yes.
Like for vehicles, you don't have to send a rider. You know, kitambo used to send a rider. Enda unichukulie hapo hapa hilama unichukulie kao. Nowadays it's just she just sends. It's sent either on email,
WhatsApp, depending on what you prefer.
Right.
Yeah, you just go and have to print it out in color. And siku hizi hata kwa cyber kuko na hizo stickers.
Yes.
Oh, the convenience.
Yeah, but then Nancy would send me even those stickers from all over the place and and so it's the comfort, the peace of mind, and knowing that somebody's working with me. I don't have to worry. And you know the other thing about the other policy, the other cover that I have, which is my health cover, is that it should not lapse. If it lapses, what that means is that you delay the next treatment date.
Right.
Because it will have to take up to sometimes. Waiting period can be even 1 year before you're admitted and doing all those things for existing conditions. Okay. But then when it flows into the next payment, like you are renewing your cover next month on the 18th, for instance, and you already have the renewal notice today, you're able to plan in such a way that your cover does not lapse, so that you don't have to wait. Yeah. Because these are the rules. I mean, man is to rules. Without rules, we'll be like animals.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so it is important to understand when and write it down. By the way, if you look at my diary right now, I'm paying I don't know this, and this other dates, this, and then renewal is on this, and you can also now put it even on your phone. Nowadays we have Google Calendar, so we don't have to really worry about when when you're supposed to be your obligations, payment obligations, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So it's great.
Fantastic. And with that, I think we'll take a very short break as we listening into that break from NCBA promo. Let's enjoy that. Even the music is fantastic from the NCBA promo.
Kote nchini matumaini, tujitahidi, tujivunie, tuendelee mbele, twende mbele.
Kenya,
tuendelee.
twende mbele. NCBA. Go for it.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to Financial Clinic, where we are discussing matters insurance as a safety net and also as an economic enabler. And I'm with an amazing panel. I have Wanjiru and Sam, the MD at Bancassurance NCBA. But before we get back into the conversation, probably I'll take this one. Hey, Sally, thank you so much. Finally, I have a solution. I had never known about insurance premium financing, IPF. I'm already on NCBA website to understand it better and use it immediately to get my car back on the road. Yeah, so there we go. And then there's also there was something about medical insurance. This person is now eager to learn more about your medical insurance, that product rather.
Thanks. I saw that question. So before I answer it in terms of what it covers,
You're right.
Sally, did you know that in Kenya, so like last year, the total amount of money spent on medical care was about 5 billion USD.
No way.
Yes.
5 billion.
5 billion.
Wow.
USD.
That's how expensive medical care is, not just in Kenya, but across the globe.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I found more interesting is that an estimated 22.8% of Kenyans actually spent out of pocket. Meaning, at the time they were sick, they didn't have any form of insurance. So they had to go into their pockets and pay for it. And that accounted for almost 1.14 billion in expenditure. The problem there is that as opposed to what she has described, the peace of mind you've said you're hearing coming from her, she's so much at peace because there's something that is working for her. The reason she has that is because she has transferred that stress to an insurance company. Now, that really is the essence of insurance. And the most important point to underscore there is that you do that at a fraction of the cost. Because what we do in insurance is we pull those risks together. And people don't take medical insurance, etc., because they think it's expensive or because they think they won't need it. Now, when it comes to medical insurance, if you're going to, say, Aga Khan, and you spend an average of maybe 50,000 shillings for whatever treatment you need to do. If you don't have insurance, 50,000 in today's world, it is a lot of money in the tax regime that we are in today, especially. And so you're always faced with two options. Either you wait and when you're sick, get a quick mobile loan and pay for it, which is very damn expensive. Or, like Wanjiru, you go and get a medical plan, and if you don't have money at that point for the 50,000 up front, you get an insurance premium financing, which allows you to pay the 50,000 in, not the 50,000 actually. So the way it works is, if you're covered for 50,000 in a medical insurance cover, your premium is actually a fraction of the 50,000. So this is a very important point. So your limit might be 50,000, which is the maximum amount you're covered for, but your premium will probably be a fraction of that. So call it 5,000 or 6,000 more. So if you come to NCBA, it means the premium financing, which is the loan you're getting for the premium, is for this 6,000. So you always have a choice. Do I pay 6,000 today? Or do I wait 6 months down the line when I'm sick and I need to go to Aga Khan and cough 50,000? Now, because Kenyans, there's increased uptake of loans and access to loans, people always feel like, okay, if it happens, I'll take a loan. But you need to realize it's expensive and it's very painful process. So you're here in pain, but you're also taking up the pain of interest rates and all that. So we need to shift that and have everybody understand that it's actually more prudent to take an insurance cover, whether it's medical or life, pay a fraction of that cost. And then in the event that risk materializes, then you have a very nice cushion to take care of you. So when it comes to medical insurance specifically, I would say it largely covers two things. So you have your inpatient and your outpatient.
Okay.
So outpatient is those treatments for which you go in and you come out. You don't get to sleep. It's simple medical care that you get, which is what you get on ordinary basis. And inpatient is when you need to sleep and there are procedures that need to be done and all that.
Yeah.
So when we are customizing medical cover for a family or for an individual, what we do is we sit down with the individual to understand what are their needs.
Okay.
What is their medical history? Do they have any pre-existing conditions, like she's alluded to in some cases? And what can you afford?
Okay.
So that we are not shoving anything down your throat. Then we have relationship managers who will walk that journey with you and help you to curate a solution that is specifically for you.
Okay.
And then we'll make sure that then we are getting to a premium that makes sense to you and a coverage that also resonates with what you're looking for.
Okay.
Ultimately, if you are unable to pay for that premium upfront, again, we'll give you the convenience of insurance premium financing. Now, medical cover is available for individuals. It's available for nuclear families. It is available for companies. If you are an SME, like Family Media here, part of the employee benefits can be a medical cover that is paid by the employer. Of course, when it is done as a group, there's economies of scale that comes in. So it's cheaper at unit rate than when you go and do it as an individual. And at NCBA Bancassurance, in partnership with Old Mutual and Jubilee Insurance and other partners that we've partnered with, we've actually made sure that we have provided another unique product, which is for senior citizens.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have senior citizen cover. We normally say that our generation, I believe the three of us are in the same generation. We are called the sandwich generation, in a manner of speaking, because we are sandwiched between two other generations. We are taking care of our children as our dependents, and probably we are taking care of our parents. I think it's how we are socialized here in Kenya. For some people, the children are their pension plans. So they know. So Sally is in Nairobi. If something happens, she will send some money. But what does that mean? It means you're under pressure.
Right.
You're under pressure to make sure that you're providing for your children and also for your parents. But the biggest problem traditionally has been the aging population. There hasn't been in the market too many good covers for the aging population.
Very true.
Because in insurance, the older you get, the more pricier your premiums become. And it's because the propensity to become sick, or probability, it goes up with age. As you know, you get more, you get less healthy unless you're working out like 1-0 and you keep healthy. So if you keep healthy, of course, your premiums will be lower. And that's where we are moving into as NCBA. It's more preventive than curative, for the lack of a better word. So our senior citizens, we have a cover for you. If you're 65 years, you can actually get a decent cover for the aging population. We've made sure that we are covering pretty much everybody. But the biggest message we want to give our customers is this. You will notice that in our conversations, what we encourage is more preventive care. Because we have to shift the game. Instead of waiting for you to be sick and paying a huge bill, and of course the more you pay, your loss ratio goes up. Basically that means your utilization of the cover. So next year your premiums can go up. You don't need to do that if you're actually going to the gym, you're exercising, you're eating well. So we actually reward good behavior.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we reward good behavior. So your premiums will go down, first of all. And we track. If you're going to the gym, you'll get certain points.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Like
if you're doing, it's an incentive.
It is, yeah.
If you're doing things that are helping with your well-being, we actually give you certain incentives. And ultimately, at renewal, your premium will actually
Awesome.
will have come down.
Good.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Wow. So Wanjiro, as a customer here, have you had any experience like, okay, you've had one actually, when your screen, cracked and stuff.
Yeah.
How was the process like when it came to claiming now? Was it frustrating? How was your experience with them when it came to claiming?
It wasn't. I didn't even feel it. Because, once you have that, the document from the police, which is the police abstract, the rest is now they inform you where to go. So when I went, I think it was A2 glasses, some Korean people in industrial area. I got a really good, the best. Yeah, so I just sat there. They removed the old one, they fixed the new one. Then I signed and I left.
That fast?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no stress.
Okay.
When your claim is straightforward, there's no stress. I believe there are various types of claims where an investigator is involved or other people are involved in order to ascertain and to confirm what was the cause of this. But mine, I think I was driving on a highway and a lorry, lorries are chips. And that's why sometimes you have to be careful. But one of the things that I've ever learned is when you're in a hot place, don't close your window kabisa paka juu. Yeah, just space kidogo tu. Yeah, just to take care of your vehicle.
Okay.
But it has never, the process was very, very smooth.
It was seamless.
Yeah, and
great.
On medical, if you allow me.
Yeah, sure.
Same thing, because I remember I have two boys, two sons, and at the time I had to collect my son. He was in Alliance, and I had to pick him up because he had been sick that week. So until now, the matron said, now you have to come right now.
Yeah.
So I went, picked my son, I went straight to Aga Khan. And we went to casualty. Casualty quickly moved him to, there's the beds there.
Yeah.
So they moved him there. And ECG was brought in, Kidogo kidogo. My son is being admitted as I watch.
Wow.
Because now his heart, he had an infection in the heart. And so he was admitted, and in a week's time, we were out of that place. The process was so smooth because by the time they're admitting me, I'm just doing the
processing.
Yeah, we're processing. I mean, of course, with his card and whatever. He was given the best. And the good thing about this insurance, medical insurance covers, is that you're able to see even your bed
allocation,
your bed type. So you have standard, you have private, you have the VIP, you have all those, you have the suite.
Wow.
So you choose according to the package that you've taken. If you've taken 1 million, these are the options you have. If you've taken 3 million, these are the options you have. If you've taken 5 million, these are the options you have for inpatient. There's no they won't, if it's available, it's a bed if it's available. By the way, in fact, sometimes just negotiate okay, so many patia. Me, I want to go to private, and they just bounce you there. Yeah, because what that means is that your card will have less money, for the next visit.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that you're not covered. It just means that umepunguza your limits from your card. Yeah, and so that's why it is important to also understand what is in your package before you sign the policy document.
All right.
Yeah.
But of course, they take you through all that.
Yeah, and you have a moment to ask questions. You even have time, to ask somebody else what they think about the cover and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and because he was talking about the elderly, maybe I should just mention.
Yeah.
And I know that Sam knows that where I work, my employer ICLM is takes care of NCBA Bank a certain percentage. If you allow me, we also have the life insurance policy, and now we have something called whole of life. Whole of life is where instead of leaving your family, your children with the mogodas, the plots, and all these other things, which might take a very long time for them to acquire, you actually leave them with money. So you say, I have 4 kids and I want to leave them with 40 million, 10 million each. So what do you do to get there? You start saving for them now. I'm sure we are, like you said, I mean, it's another way of just acquiring cash. Cash as a retirement plan for your children, and giving them that peace of mind that when I leave, you will have this. Because I don't want to go to Limuru to live there. And so I just thought I should mention that.
And it's quite interesting, really, when you talk about those senior citizens, because I've seen it, I've had it here. You know, people get very frustrated just because of my age. Then I'm, you know, I'm shut out of what I'm, you know, rightfully yours if you have the money, isn't it? So some, because we're speaking also about insurance as an economic enabler. Then, how does NCBA Bancassurance contribute to financial inclusion?
Great. So insurance largely, other than being a risk mitigator, it does fuel economic growth. And we at NCBA have made sure that these solutions are accessible across all our branches. So she said, I didn't know she does some work for ICA. That's an interesting. She's a true hustler. An interesting piece of information.
It's my retirement plan, by the way.
You're doing very well for yourself as a true Kenyan. Good stuff. So most insurance companies today, actually the biggest insurance company today doesn't have up to 20 branches in this country. Right? It's normally very limited. So the brick and mortar is very expensive, especially for insurance companies, and they're starting to move away from that. But compare that to banks. So NCBA today has up to 100 branches. So it means in terms of access, when insurance is being sold through our branches, then suddenly there's a much wider footprint, and the products are more accessible even to the grassroots. Because today, if you compare insurance companies where their branches are and where NCBA branches are, then you realize we are going much deeper, even into the rural areas, to make sure that financial products are accessible. And where banking services are accessible in this country within the bancassurance, within the NCBA fraternity, then bancassurance or insurance is also accessible. So we've made it accessible in that sense, a very simplified access. You walk into any branch, you can actually find an insurance relationship manager with whom you can actually discuss insurance matters. The other thing is, at NCBA, we are known for innovation in this market. We are known to be very innovative. So talk about M-Shwari, talk about all these mobile money lending platforms that are accessible within the NCBA group. It's an area we are doing very, very well. And insurance has not been left behind. So we've also digitized our insurance products, accessible within our website. Now moving into our mobile banking application. So when you're moving around and doing your different transactions, within a few clicks, you can actually access insurance. Motor insurance today is accessible digitally. You can actually go with a few clicks. You can get up to 5 quotes, choose the one you want, and progress into paying from your mobile, from M-Pesa or from your account. And ultimately you'll get a sticker, because even that piece of generating the insurance sticker has been digitized. So that then makes it very, very easy for our customers to access insurance at all fronts. Then our approach to insurance is also through embedding. So it means that we sort of tie up banking products which are fast moving naturally, and insurance products. If you take a loan from NCBA today, we will most likely or most certainly give you a loan protection cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So for every loan in NCBA, there's a loan protection cover. Instead of giving you a loan and sending you out there to go and figure out where to get that protection from, we've just made it easier.
Okay.
Bundled it together. It's accessible, paid together with your loan, and that has just widened, the distribution of insurance.
All right. Just because of time, Wanjiru, briefly, your advice to anyone watching out there on Matters Insurance, like in 30 seconds.
Get access. You will get access from wherever you are. So make sure that your family is covered, that your property is covered.
Yeah.
You can do this. Anybody can have insurance.
Okay.
It's about planning.
Planning.
Set a goal and make sure that you arrive at your goal by having a good insurance partner.
Fantastic. Very well put. Sam, your closing remarks.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that can be said about insurance. I just want to say two things in closing. There are too many misconceptions about insurance. People think it's expensive. We have shown you it is cheap. It's a fraction of the cost you'd pay from your pocket.
Right.
And we've also said you can get a premium financing to take care of the upfront cost for insurance. The other thing is that people don't know that banks offer insurance. So you think that you need to look for an insurance company, go to their branch and access. No. Any NCBA branch you walk into today, there is a desk for bank assurance, and you can get comprehensive advice on insurance. And it doesn't have to come from the insurance person.
Yeah.
Your normal RM today, your relationship manager who handles your banking, like for her, she was talking about Nancy, that person can talk to you about insurance. Lastly is to say that you might be doing very well in your investments, in savings, or in life. But life is a journey, and it has bumps. So as you're moving very fast towards your goal, it's good to think about the downside, the potential downside, and take some insurance cover to just balance your portfolio as well, so that you're protected against the potential risks that we are all exposed to. But looking forward to serving all of you at NCBA. Feel free to reach out to us in our branches, and we will give you the right service.
Fantastic. Very well said. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for making time to be here. You know, you made it in very good time. I really appreciate your input into this conversation, and hoping to host you again in another conversation on Money Matters.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Now, for you, my viewer and listener, wherever you are, I just want to say asante sana for joining in, for looping into this conversation and being part of the conversation, asking questions, throwing in your comments. We really do appreciate that. And also, there's a very special group of people that I always must mention, and that is our partners, people who have ensured for the last 25 years we've been on air, bringing you such beautiful, insightful, educative content, you know, each and every week. We want to say asante sana, and if you feel you want to be part of this community, then you can do that by sending the word partner to 20316, which is our SMS line, or 0786 316 316, our WhatsApp line. Send the word partner, and our team will be able to reach out to you. And also, if you want to support this particular cause, a worthy ministry, very impactful, you know, impacting lives out there, then you can do that by sending in your support on our pay bill number 316 and the account number shall be your telephone number. God bless you and keep you. See you again tomorrow on Matters Relationship. Bye for now.